My name is Stan Lee. I'm co-creator of an ever-expanding universe of superheroes, such as Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, and the Incredible Hulk. Many people claim to possess extraordinary powers, but I want to know which ones are truly superhuman. Meet Daniel Browning Smith. He's the world's most flexible man. Together, we're on a mission to find people with real superpowers. Superhumans are out there. Prepare to meet them. This time, I'm sending Daniel to meet 4 amazing individuals. A diver who says he can hold his breath even longer than most dolphins.
No one has ever held their breath for so long.
A magnetic man.
Which is not a trick, it's a real phenomenon.
And a man with a unique power.
You could actually hit the brain, which obviously can have lethal consequences.
But first up, a blind man who claims he can see with his mind. What you are about to see is real. Now, some of these tests are extremely dangerous and could cause severe injury or even death. Do not try these tests yourself.
At birth, Alexander Levitt's eyes were not connected to his brain.
I was born blind, and all the doctors said I would never see.
But he claims that being blind unlocked an alternative form of vision in his brain. He says he can now see clearly, even when blindfolded. Does he really possess some comic book super sight? I'm here to find out. I've brought Alex to Los Angeles to investigate the rumor he can see with his mind, which has made him a living legend back in Russia. Although a recent operation has reconnected his optic nerves, he's still medically blind. But to prove he's not simply seeing with his eyes, Alex wears a blindfold.
I can see 30% with my eyes normally. But with the blindfold on, I can actually see a bit better.
He says putting on the blindfold switches on his super sight.
Right, it's a solid piece of leather.
Yeah, there's no way
that you can see through this.
Alex tells me the techniques he claims to use are highly controversial, with most people thinking it's an elaborate hoax.
So you were just moving your hands in front of your face. What were you doing then?
The way I see and visualize things is kind of through a screen, like a television. And the arm movements you saw, I was kind of setting the boundaries of my screen.
He says he can even feel the differences in light energy between colors. And he says he can prove it by beating me at pool. I guess Alex could have remembered where the balls were before he put the blindfold on. Time to make it more difficult.
But now that the balls have moved around, I mean, how are you imagining where, I mean, do you know where the white ball is right now? Could you point to the white ball? All right. Well, I'm absolutely confused because, I mean, you imagined where that ball would end up?
I imagined it with my mind.
But it's not just the white ball. Somehow, Alex points out each and every ball left on the table.
But you're spot on.
I want Alex to explain what's going on.
Okay.
It is actually vision, because the optical system consists of not only the eye, but also the nerves and all the brain functions that help make it operable.
Alex claims that his visual cortex works just like any normal brain, but it's receiving signals from different parts of his body.
So you're still using some of the optical nerves in your brain. You're just not using your eyeballs. All right, well, you sunk it. It's still your shot, man. Okay.
Alex seems convincing, but a human creating sight by feeling light energy? It goes against all conventional wisdom.
I just don't understand what it is.
I want neuropsychologist Bill Scott to design a test to push Alex's Jedi-like super sight to the next level.
So, Alex, come over here.
Time for Bill to see what Alex is capable of.
All right, Alex, first I want you to find the ball on the table.
Нет, что-то не видно. Вот он.
Yeah. All right, so...
I have no idea how he could possibly be seeing that.
See how confusing it is? All right, you try this time, Bill.
All right. Wow, that's incredible.
It's amazing.
Can I throw it too?
Ну, можно.
Wow! Dude, just to hit it like that is amazing. There's no way he could see it horizontally like that, looking straight forward.
Alex has impressed the doctor, but to find out how he's doing it, the next test will remove all sensory information. There's no sound, air movement, or vibrations.
When there's an R, I'll have you click your right thumb, and when there's an L, you'll click your left thumb, and when there's a P, you won't click any button.
The only way he could sense what's on the screen is by using some kind of Jedi-like sight without sight.
If he could do this with a blindfold on, it would be the most remarkable thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
So you think this is pretty much impossible for him to do?
Absolutely.
Не очень хорошо. Все, готов.
Okay, ready? Here. I'll take. Okay. Unbelievable.
He's right every time.
To get any of those right is scary. You're doing amazing. Okay. Wow. It's remarkable. Okay, well, okay, I am impressed. I'm very impressed.
So, how is this possible? What is going on? You said it would be impossible.
I have no idea.
So he was honestly seeing what was on the screen,
Clearly.
but he was blindfolded.
Absolutely.
So what do you think of what you just witnessed?
I think I saw a superhuman.
All right, I gotta ask Alex something. Just be honest with me. Is this some sort of trick?
Нет.
The doctor's convinced Alex has a real-life superpower, but I want to push him to the next level and find out if he might just be the most amazing superhuman I've ever met.
All right, let's find out if you can really see in the dark, Alex.
Although born totally blind, Alexander Levitt already convinced a neuropsychologist that he can see without using his eyes.
He's right every time.
To get any of those right is scary.
But I've got one final test that will push his Jedi-like power to the limit.
All right, Alex. Right behind this door, I had the ultimate challenge for you. We'll finally be able to tell if you can truly see with your mind or not. But first, I need you to put your blindfold on.
Inside this room, I've placed 4 objects on pedestals. Alex doesn't know where they are or what they are.
Ready? This is gonna be a lot of fun. Follow me. There are 4 white pedestals with objects on them. Now I want you to locate these objects. Not only locate them, but destroy them with this baseball bat.
Even without the blindfold, Alex is legally blind.
All right, you ready?
Yes. О, вот, вижу, есть одна.
Alex locates the first vase with ease. But can he hit it dead on?
You got 3 more objects to find.
Я думаю, следующая ваза.
I think that the next vase is right here.
So what color is it?
Она
It's dark red, tall, elongated, and circular.
All right, well, if that's what you see.
After finding both vases so easily, it's time to take the difficulty up to the max.
Can we kill the lights, please? All right, let's find out if you can really see in the dark, Alex. All right, Alex, so what do you see?
Я вижу вас, и я вижу вазу.
So what color is this object?
Голубой.
It's green.
Right, what shape is it?
Кувшин такой.
It has handles that are curved.
Absolutely no way you can see that. I honestly didn't think you'd be able to find a single object with the lights off. But you actually found it pretty quickly. I'm becoming a believer of you, Alex. I honestly think you can see with your mind. But you only got 1 target left. So you ready to proceed?
Of course.
All right.
Вот это разбитое.
Yep.
Вот это разбито. А вот это наша цель. А вот это наша последняя цель.
You're spot on, man. That is your last target. But what does it look like?
Это...
It's white at the top and less white at the bottom.
Такая тоже
It's a vase,
но узкая внизу,
like the other
расширенная
ones.
вверху, равномерной круглой формы.
The only way to explain what I just witnessed is that Alex can truly see using only his mind.
Although he was born blind, his super sight technique appears to give him a completely new sense, making him a true superhuman. Next up, a diver who says he can hold his breath even longer than most dolphins. I want Daniel to find out if the rumors are true.
Life began in the oceans, And through millions of years of evolution, it finally made it to land. And we've been breathing air ever since. For centuries, free divers like Stig Severinsen have been holding their breath for minutes at a time.
Many doctors will tell you that doing 3 or 4 minutes of breath holding can be very dangerous and actually cause brain damage.
Stig claims his body defies all known science and has the ability to hold his breath way, way longer.
Everything has to be done from inside out.
He wants to go beyond an unbelievable 20 minutes. That's longer than a dolphin.
So it's kind of a psychological game, and if you're not used to the signals, you can drown.
I want to find out if his body holds a superhuman secret. I've tracked Stig down at his training site in Sardinia. Man, you look just like a dolphin. I heard you could hold your breath for an inhuman amount of time.
Well, breath holding is really about mind control. I can be down under the water for about 8 or 9 minutes.
You said 8 or 9 minutes?
Yeah, that's correct.
No way. Absolutely no way. I mean, wouldn't that cause brain damage?
No. Unfortunately, many doctors say that after 4 or 5 minutes you have brain damage, but that's after the circulation stops.
But for an average human, even 2 minutes would be almost impossible. So your mind showing me some static breath holding?
I'll be happy to give a little demonstration.
All right, cool. I got a stopwatch right here. So let's see how long you can hold your breath.
Well, let me see if I can pass 7 minutes.
That sounds impossible. Three minutes. Seven minutes, Stig. I can't believe that you can hold your breath for so long. Stig's hit an incredible 7 minutes, but that was without moving. To see if he really does have a dolphin-like ability, I want to find out how far he can swim on a single breath. I'm taking Stig to Norway, which has one of the largest marine test facilities on Earth. The pool is 200 meters long, 4 times the length of an Olympic pool. The icy 50-foot deep water has a motion-controlled platform, so I can monitor Stig as he attempts to try and swim as far as he can while holding his breath. The longest cave dive ever on a single breath is 120 meters. But Stig says he can do the full 200 meters. Doesn't sound like it's a possibility.
Well, we'll see if it's possible, but why not just give it a good shot?
Can we take the platform back to 200 meters, please? I called in a biology professor to find out if what Stig's attempting is more dolphin than human. What's the difference between a static dive and a dynamic dive?
It's a big difference, actually, because all the muscles will also crave oxygen. So you have no possibility to just save the oxygen for your brain. You also have to supply the muscle with some oxygen.
So, Erica, what's he doing right now?
He's filling up his lungs with more air than you can inhale. So he's packing his lungs. So he's using the mouth like a pump. Okay, safety dive ready? Yeah, good.
Erica's worried Stig may be pushing the human body too far. So it's really key to have a safety diver here.
Yeah, if something happens, he has to be reached within a few seconds before he inhales water.
It would take Olympic champion Michael Phelps 1 minute and 42 seconds to swim 200 meters, and he would breathe over 100 times. Stig's about to attempt it in just one breath. Okay, he's off. His technique looks amazing. He really does look just like a dolphin.
Yeah, because each kick costs a certain amount of oxygen.
So he's trying to do as few kicks as possible to be as efficient so he can pull this off. 200 meters. That was absolutely amazing. One breath of air.
Very good.
I mean, how do you feel?
Just breathe.
I feel good. A little bit dizzy, or a little bit, into myself, but felt good.
Were you impressed with his performance?
It's very good. Very few people would have oxygen enough to swim this far. It's very unique.
Stig's breath-holding ability blows any average human out of the water. But he now wants to try to take it to an entirely new level.
The goal is to breathe some oxygen, then hold my breath for as long as possible. And if I could reach 20 minutes, that would be wonderful.
If he succeeds, he'll prove he really is a human dolphin. Stig Severinsen has already proven he can hold his breath longer than most humans. Dolphins can stay underwater for 15 minutes. But Stig says he's developed a technique which allows him to do a static breath hold for even longer. To perform this, it's all about his mental capacity?
No, it's about the physiological capacity as well.
Our human anatomy researcher is using an ultrasound to examine Stig's spleen. A dolphin's spleen contracts to push extra blood around while it's underwater. She wonders if Stig's body does the same.
The spleen is like a big bag of red blood cells, and they can be squeezed out into circulation when you need them. And when you are in a long apnea, for instance, he will in the first 5 or 6 minutes have the spleen emptied. So it's 6,40. Stig has an exceptionally large spleen, and they have equivalent to an extra half liter of blood circulating.
Erica will scan Stig's spleen after the breath hold to see if he is built like a dolphin. Is this dangerous what Stig's about to attempt?
Yes, there is always a risk that he could black out, and that's why we have safety divers also in the water.
So are you ready to get this started?
I'm ready.
All right, cool. Before the breath hold attempt, Stig is breathing pure oxygen, replacing the carbon dioxide in his blood.
So now his body should be completely saturated with oxygen.
Yes, exactly.
Diving birds can stay underwater for up to 3 minutes. Penguins can survive up to 10 minutes, and dolphins no more than 15 minutes on a single breath. What Stig is attempting goes way beyond any known human capability.
Now the clocks have started. Stig saturated his lungs with oxygen, and he's starting the breath hold now. His goal is around 20 minutes. Just imagine holding your breath for that long. How excruciatingly painful that would be.
1 minute is hard enough. Stig's already done 4.
4 minutes, Stig. Are you okay? That's good.
He looks fine. Gave an okay sign, meaning he's doing fine. So, okay.
So he's in a trance-like state right now.
Yes.
8 minutes was the longest ever human breath hold until 2001.
That's great, Stig. You're now done 8 minutes. You're looking fine. So we are approaching 10 minutes. That's great, Stig. We now have 10 minutes. That's good. He's giving the okay sign. He's doing fine. No problem.
Stig's already outperformed the breath-holding ability of a penguin, but he's still going.
Okay, Stig. You're now done 17 minutes. You're looking very fine.
What should be going on in his body right now? What does he feel like?
It's beginning to be hard to hold his breath. I can see that he's doing very fine. If he were fighting, you would see the stomach doing small movements, and we don't see any movement of the water, so he's doing fine. Now we passed 19 minutes. He's having small contractions in his stomach now, so he's having an inner battle.
I can't believe that he's already held his breath for 19 minutes and 45 seconds. I was expecting him to come up minutes ago.
I think we're going to see a dream dive today. I'll just talk to him now. 20 minutes and 10 seconds. You're looking very good.
So no one on the face of the planet has ever held their breath this long before.
No, now we have 20 minutes and 30 seconds. No one has ever held their breath for so long. Okay, and he looks like he's coming up.
Okay, he's coming up.
Det findes de 20:45. Det er godt. 20 minutes and 50 seconds. 20:55. Okay, 21 minutes. And you even have energy to blow in this one.
Wow. Oh, Stig, that was incredible. You absolutely blew my expectations out of the water. Absolutely amazing. 21 minutes. No one on the face of the planet has ever held their breath that long before.
It's a new world record.
The final ultrasound proves Stig has contracted his spleen by a massive 30%, just like a dolphin, taking the human body to a whole new extreme.
I sent Daniel in search of someone who pushes back the limits of the human body, and that is exactly what he's found. Throughout my search for a new army of superhumans, I've come across many people who claim to have magnetic powers. I'm sending Daniel to investigate the wildest claim yet.
I brought Russian-born Mikhail Vasilyev to America to test his claim that his body is more magnetic than anyone else on Earth. Mikhail says he can stick objects heavier than his entire body to his skin. I'm here to find out if he's truly superhuman. To test his magnetic claims, I've come to a place where there's a lot of metal.
I heard you had magnetic powers.
I started sticking metal objects to myself when I was 33 years old.
What kind of objects?
I began sticking things weighing between 5 and 15 pounds. But I always thought, can I do more and more as time went on?
Can you show me now? So I just grab a hammer and you'll be able to put it to your chest. Okay. Well, it's a solid hammer. It's pretty heavy. It's got a rubber-coated handle and a flat metal top. All right. Yeah, so it's stuck there. All right. Is it all right if I touch it? Give it a little tug here. Oh, it's on there good. Good little pull. Cool, I can feel resistance when I pull down, so there's definitely something going on. Is it all right if I touch your skin? Okay, skin feels, I mean, it's smooth, but it doesn't really feel that different.
He's done metal, but I want to try a non-metallic object to rule out magnetism.
All right, so right at 15 pounds. All right, here you go, my friend.
It's nothing. It's nothing.
It's nothing. Let's see it then. It seems pretty heavy to me. Okay. Can I? You know, this is actually stuck more than a piece of metal. All right, so definitely something going on here. I'm gonna pull it off, all right? Okay. All right, so feel some stickiness, all right.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. It can be 100, 150 pounds. It will still be the same.
Definitely something going on here. I'm gonna pull it off, all right? Okay. Wow, did you hear that? All right, well, let's go see it.
Mikhail's ability looks impressive. It can't be magnetism, but could he have some kind of animal-like adhesion? He says he can prove he has the stickiest skin on Earth by attaching objects heavier than his entire body weight. I'm in Los Angeles with Mikhail Vasilyev, who claims he has a magnetic body. But I've seen him stick heavy non-metallic objects to his skin with lizard-like adhesion. I want skin specialist Dr. Christopher Zachary to find out if Mikhail has superhuman skin.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, let me find some. All right, this is perfect.
The doctor wants to start by seeing Mikhail in action.
Way bigger than a spoon. I actually want you to touch it, give it a little tug, and you'll see that there is some resistance that seems...
Mikhail, okay if I pull it down a little bit? It's extraordinary. I mean, I'm putting... I mean, I don't believe this. I'm putting real pressure on here. I'm putting sort of several pounds of pressure here. This is as good as a gecko.
The doctor then asks Mikhail to use a piece of glass so he can see what's going on.
I find that fascinating. You see, there's such good contact here. I mean, it's 100% contact. And we want to see what's going on here. We're magnifying this big time. We're on the adhesion plane right now. And we see where the water is kind of vaporized. That's where he's got the attraction of the glass and the skin. You can see the little pores there. And I think what that means is that the adhesion of the glass through the water vapor actually has much better contact.
So is there something different about his skin that allows him to do it? Like if I stuck a piece of glass to my chest, it would just fall on the ground.
Yes, absolutely. His skin is quite special. It's very fine. You can feel this, as I say, this tackiness, which allows these objects to get very close contact with the skin and to form a bond.
This combination makes Mikhail's unique skin act just like a gecko.
Which is not a trick, it's a real phenomenon. And it's quite a sight to behold, actually.
And I've never seen anything like this.
A gecko has enough adhesion to support its own body weight when climbing, but Mikhail claims he can go one better. He says he can stick an object to his skin that weighs more than himself. So we've come to a scrapyard, and I have asked him to prove it.
All right, Mikhail.
Oh, привет.
Today I'll lift the marble, because what I did yesterday was nothing. I just don't know how much it weighs yet.
Большое представление, большое.
I can barely even lift it myself.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to take 2 people to lift up just this piece of marble alone, and you're claiming you're going to hold this with your chest? That's not going to happen.
It looks enormous.
148 pounds.
The marble weighs 10 pounds more than Mikhail's own body weight and is enough to tear flesh.
I mean, how's this going to work? Because I don't think this is possible.
It's an immense challenge, so Mikhail says he needs time to prepare.
И так, вот так. Не, выше, чуть-чуть ниже. Lower, below. Отпускай. Отпускай, все. Окей. Все, уйди.
150 pounds of marble. Feeling okay?
Окей, нормально.
You all right? Okay, let me feel. Yeah, you're totally dry.
Жарко. Не, пока не убирать, пускай положит.
But Mikhail isn't done. He wants to lift something twice as heavy.
250 pounds. I mean, there's absolutely no way.
Окей.
Okay, could you bring the piece of metal?
This is insane.
Внимательно пускай посмотрит. Внимательно. Постраховывать середину страхует. Нет, ты здесь держи. Ага, во. Давай. Держите. Так. Уходи. Уходи.
It looks like this final challenge is beyond Mikhail. But the 250-pound block of metal eventually sticks.
Убирай.
I didn't think you would be able to pull that one off. Look how the 3 men are struggling to carry that piece of metal, and somehow you could use your superhuman ability to hold 250 pounds. Absolutely amazing.
Mikhail's adhesive skin has outperformed the gecko.
Definitely superhuman. Good job.
Спасибо.
There's something unique about Mikhail's physiology which seems to be straight out of the animal world. Although most humans are very similar, we all have our own unique characteristics and capabilities. Next up, someone that appears to defy human anatomy. What you are about to see is real. Now, some of these tests are extremely dangerous and could cause severe injury or even death. Do not try these tests yourself.
When you're working with tools, it always pays to be careful. In America, more people die from accidents than guns. But pictures I've seen of Brad Byers appear to show him putting tools so far into his head that they surely must be touching his brain. I'm here to find out. I've spent a lot of my life working in circuses, and I'm more aware than most people about the difference between reality and illusion. So I need to check Brad's claim out firsthand.
Hey, I'm Daniel.
Hey, Dan.
So when did you first discover that you can stick stuff in your face?
Believe it or not, it just kind of started out as a hobby, and we used ice picks and just hammered it back a little bit further each day.
All right, well, you started with an ice pick?
That's correct.
I mean, that seems pretty sharp and pretty dangerous.
Well, it is. Then I switched to nails, got longer and thicker nails, until now I've reached my maximum. If I try to put any larger, I hear a crunching noise, so I think I've reached my maximum length as well.
So you go so far you actually hear a crunching noise?
Yes, towards my brainstem. It's potentially lethal.
Can you show me an example?
Sure, I could do a screwdriver for you.
All right, cool. Let me see the screwdriver.
I'm not a magician, and that's not a magic prop.
All right, well, let's see it.
Remember, do not try this at home.
Okay, that is not what I was expecting. That went really far back. I didn't expect it to go that far back.
May I actually touch it?
You can turn it if you want.
Okay. All right, I feel resistance of your sinus cavity. That is definitely in there. That is insane. Okay, so how's it come out?
Very carefully.
Okay, that was pretty impressive. Can you do it to anything?
Anything. Anything you can find that'll fit, I can use.
Brad says he can do anything.
This looks pretty vicious. An entire wall full of nails.
Even this nail, which is definitely long enough to puncture his brain.
Let me take a look. Okay, that almost enters your ear canal. I mean, that's how far, it's this far back. That is serious, it's huge. You can do this.
I hope so, and I hope to have good hearing afterwards.
Okay.
This is crazy. So I want Brad to perform his next demonstration in a hospital before he takes things to a whole new level.
This one goes straight into your brain.
It'll be the most dangerous thing I've tried yet.
I'm in Vancouver, searching for superhumans. I thought Brad Byers must be some kind of illusionist. But now, he's gonna hammer a 6-inch steel nail into his nose. Something so dangerous, I've brought him to a brain imaging center for a live x-ray to find out what's going on inside his head.
Great, why don't we walk in here and I can show you our fluoroscope.
What's your professional opinion about a person sticking a screwdriver straight into his face?
Bad idea. You could actually puncture the cavity that holds the brain, and the fluid that's around that, the CSF, could potentially leak out, which is extremely dangerous. And worse than that, you could actually hit the brain, which obviously can have lethal consequences.
With the dangers outlined, Brad is still willing to proceed. We're about to find out just how close it gets to his brain.
If I'm not careful, when it gets all the way back, sometimes I hear a crunching noise.
Let's avoid that today. Okay, Brad, let me just make sure we're in focus here. Okay, Brad, go ahead. Whoa. There's not much further that can go without going into his brain.
There are only millimeters separating the nail in Brad's brain.
Just a fingertip away from his brain.
He obviously has some special anatomy to allow him to deliver something so straight and horizontal into that space. And then overcome a lot of normal natural reflexes to gag and to tear and to cough and to sneeze.
So, Peter, have you ever seen anything like this before?
Of course not.
Brad is definitely touching the limits of how far a human should push themselves, but I want him to take it further. Brad Beyer says he's willing to insert a power drill into his head.
It'll be the most dangerous thing I've tried yet.
I just want to know that you know what is about to happen.
I'm fully aware of it.
All right, because it seems pretty scary to me.
This is a brand new drill, but once Brad has set it up, I want to make sure that it works.
All right. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's no joke, man. That is no joke. That is totally serious.
So what Brad is about to do is insanely dangerous. He's going to take a drill, a device that's designed to bore holes in anything, and stick it straight into his face. Do not try this at home. So you started a crowd already?
They're all anxious to see what you're going to do, and so am I. So, let's see it, buddy. Oh, man. That was totally gruesome.
4 more people with absolutely amazing powers. No matter what you think, there is something that goes beyond science and makes a person superhuman. But our search continues.